hits the entertainment bullseye every week with her hard riding. Straight shooting. And suspense.
Hi, Clem.
Howdy.
Is the train on time?
Yeah, it'll be here in 4 minutes.
Good. Oh, Annie, look at that rifle. It sure is big.
That's an old flintlock.
And that hog-leg pistol.
An old Captain Baldegg.
Gosh, they haven't used those guns since Daniel Boone. How can he be the world's greatest sharpshooter?
Well, some of those old mountain men are pretty good shots, Tag.
He's not half as good as you are.
Oh, looks like my young brother's my greatest booster.
Annie, your package came. It's inside on the counter.
Oh, thanks, Clem.
One for you too, Lofty. Your new Sunday shirt. Real pretty, too.
You mean you looked at it?
Well, not all the way. Just took a little peek.
Oh.
Nothing to worry about, folks. I'm not here for a holdup. I'm here to prevent one. I'm D.K. Rodney, special agent for the Railway Express Company. That train's carrying an Army payroll bound for Fort Yuma. $55,000. The strong box will be unloaded here. It'll stay in that safe overnight, and tomorrow it'll go out again on the afternoon mail train.
What makes you think there might be a holdup?
Because Snowy Kringle's coming in on the same train.
He doesn't look like a hold-up man to me. He looks more like a Santa Claus.
Except this Santa Claus wears the gun. He knows how to use it. Shot a station agent in Dodge City. You can't always judge a man by his appearance, Miss Oakley. Sometimes a man's not what he seems.
Say, he shot a man in Dodge City and he's still on the loose?
Well, he was masked when he held up the depot in Dodge. He wore a flour sack over his head. Covered his beard, I guess.
Is there anything we can do to help, Mr. Rodney?
Well, thanks. But I intend to camp right in this office as long as that Army payroll's in the safe.
I'm the Hotel Diablo. I'll take the thing, Mr. Kringle.
Oh, just the suitcase. I'll take the rifle myself.
My name's Peg Oakley.
I'm glad to know you, son.
Are you really the world's greatest sharpshooter? With that old muzzle loader?
Would you like to see how old Betsy works?
Sure.
Well, you just run down the road a piece, blow up this toy balloon, and set her adrift.
Gee, that was swell, Mr. Kringle.
Hey, the old boy's almost as good as you are, eh?
Oh, no. He's better, Lofty. I could hit it with a carbine, but I doubt if I could hit anything with that old flintlock.
fella? I'm all right, thanks. Yeah. I wonder what happened to old Betsy.
Here it is, sir.
Oh, thanks, son.
Didn't even get hurt one bit.
Fine. I've only been in town a short time, and already I'm indebted to its people. Thanks, ma'am.
Well, that's all right.
Which way is the Diablo Hotel? Huh?
It's right here, sir.
I couldn't see it for looking at it. You know, this Diablo dust kind of gets in a man's eyes. Yes?
Room service. I have your supper, sir.
Just a minute.
Shall I put it there, sir?
Yeah, fine. Just put it right down there, son. Well, that was mighty nice of you to bring my supper up here, boy. Wait, I got something for you.
Thank you, sir. Will there be anything else?
No, that's all. Didn't we meet somewhere before?
Yes. The runaway wagon, remember?
Oh, sure. How could I ever forget that?
Gee, these are nice boots. Even got your initials on them.
Yep, made to order. I had a pair stolen in Dodge City last month. Had to get a new pair. Pretty expensive.
Mind if I look at your revolver? Sure
Put
is.
that gun down! Didn't anybody ever teach you to keep your hands off loaded guns?
I'm sorry. My sister told me how
I
to
don't
handle-
care what your sister told you. Nobody touches my gun. Now get out of here.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
You heard what I said. Get out now!
Yes, sir.
Hi, Tang. How's the hotel business?
Got a 25-cent tip tonight.
Oh, business is booming. Annie, the country's headed for good times.
And it's time for all young hotel men to be in bed.
Something funny about that man.
What man?
Snowy Kringle. And Santa Claus, he was a nice guy. But then when I went to look at his six-shooter, he was different. Kind of mean, you know?
Well, Tag, you can't always judge a man by his appearance. Sometimes a man's not what he seems.
Somebody we met at the depot today said the same thing.
That trash.
Tell that old man if he touches that telegraph key, I'll blow your brains out.
Clem, don't touch that key.
In the baggage room, both of you.
How do you get out of here?
You can't. There's bars on all the windows.
Snowy Kringle out there blowing us safe.
You think it was him?
Did you notice his boots?
No, but I noticed his gun. And it ain't no cap and ball gun.
You don't think he's stupid enough to use his own gun?
I'll see you in the morning, Lofty.
Good night, Annie. I'll put your horse away.
All right. It's the depot.
Hey, Andy, that sounded like... Go back to bed, Tag.
Put that light out. Kringle might shoot.
Are
bad?
Oh, no, Annie. No, just fine glass when he shot the lamp. It was Snowy Kringle, all right.
The deputy won't have to chase him very far. He'll head straight back for his hotel.
What makes you so sure?
Snowy Kringle always operates the same way. Flour sack over his head and blows the safe with a powder horn. If you go to his hotel, you'll find him pretending to be asleep. A fine old man who looks like Santa Claus. That's the way I found him in Dodge City.
Let's go wake up Santa Claus.
Just a minute, please.
All right, Grandpa, you're under arrest.
Arrest? What for?
That little job in Dodge City and another little job here in Diablo tonight.
The charges will be brought by Mr. Rodney, special agent for the Railway Express Company.
Leave that gun alone. That's my gun.
Not your gun anymore, Mr. Kringle. This is Exhibit A in a holdup case.
You wait in the hall. I'll bring him out as soon as he's dressed.
But, sir, there must be some mistake. I heard the young lady say something about a holdup. I don't know what she's talking about. I swear I don't.
You'll find out soon enough. Get your clothes on and pack your bags, Santa Claus. You got a date to slide down a chimney tonight. Right into a cell at the Diablo jail.
Come on, Winnie for me.
Get out off that horse.
Say, you got a badge. You a lawman?
What do you think I was chasing you for?
How did I know? I got $50 on me. I figured you was out for a holdup.
What were you doing at the Diablo Depot tonight?
Just riding past, I heard an explosion, and I heard a shot. I figured there was trouble, so I beat it. I'm a peaceful man. I don't like trouble.
How long do you say it's been since you fired this gun last?
Oh, about sundown, I shot a jackrabbit.
Oh? What do you do for a living?
Cowboy. On my way to Tucson to hunt a job.
Yeah, those are real fancy boots you've got. Initials and everything. What's your name?
Sam. Sam Kelly.
Might account for the initials on the boots. How are you going to account for the initials S.J. in your saddle?
Oh, I bought this saddle from a fella in Dodge. Name was Steve Jackson.
Well, that's one explanation. Another might be that you stole the saddle, or the boots, or both. Come on, get in your horse. We're going back to Diablo. Your horse ran off. We'll either have to catch him or you'll have a long walk back to Diablo.
Here's your breakfast, Mr. Kringle.
Thanks, ma'am, but I ain't hungry.
And this is nice and hot. Let me pour it for you. There you
I want to show you something. Look at that. He doesn't even have regular bullets in his gun. See?
It's birdshot.
I know, but why if he's a sharpshooter?
Shh. Come on outside, and I'll show you. Tag, run out in the street and toss this up in the air, just like you did for Snowy Kringle.
All right, Annie. Okay, Annie. Gee, you didn't even have to aim.
With this gun, you don't need much aim. I just fired your gun, Mr. Kringle.
I know. Well, I guess you know now. About my eyes, I mean.
Yes, I know. How long have you been using birdshot?
Almost 2 years now. Ever since my eyes started to fail me. I try to keep it a secret on account of kids like him. All over the country, they come to see my carnival show. They want to see the world's greatest sharpshooter. Fine sharpshooter I am. In another year, I won't even be able to hit a balloon with birdshot.
Tag, get his tray. There's no reason for him to stay in this jail cell.
Okay.
Tag, get his bag and take it over to the hotel. I'm dropping all charges against him.
Okay, Annie.
You're very kind, ma'am.
No, not kind. Just reasonable. You know, there's a certain railroad detective by the name of Rodney. He claims that you robbed our depot and then another depot in Dodge City.
I didn't, ma'am.
I know that. The gunman that robbed the two depots did some pretty fancy shooting. He shot a lantern right out of Clement C's hand. And I know that with your eyesight, you wouldn't even be able to find a target like that.
With my eyes, I couldn't even see the depot.
Who's this, Lofty?
Fellow I caught last night out at Indian Rocks. His gun had been fired, and he tried to ditch this in the brush when I was chasing him.
It's a flour sack. Rodney said Snowy Kringle was wearing something just like this on all those holdups.
He also has a pair of moccasin boots, like Kringle's.
Hey, Mr. Kringle told me he had a pair of boots stolen from him in Dodge City. I bet that man stole them so he could use them for that holdup.
Were your boots stolen before the Dodge City holdup?
Yes, ma'am, and they were stolen from my hotel room the night before.
I bet that man, with those same stolen boots, held up the Diablo Depot.
Yeah, the only trouble is I couldn't find that Army payroll box. I checked every inch of the road he took from the depot. No luck.
You're in a pretty bad spot. You'd better tell us where that strong box is.
I'll make him talk.
All right, I'm in charge now. Now drop those guns or I'll blast him apart.
I got you into this mess, ma'am. I deserve to be shot.
Now, all three, you're back in that open cell.
Don't listen to him, folks. Don't listen to... Let go of me! Come on, let go!
Got that spare key on me someplace.
Maybe you lost it on the road last night.
Oh, there it is. Hurry up, son. Hurry up.
You got it?
Thanks, boy.
Tag, you stay here.
Okay.
Boy, help me find my gun, will you?
Here it is.
Oh, thanks.
I'll loan you my horse. Wait till I catch him for you.
You're a lad after my own heart.
I'm in a jam.
You got yourself in a jam. What'd you come here for?
Because you still got the payroll box. Besides, you got me into this mess, and now you can help me get out of it. If I get caught, I'm going to tell them you were behind the whole thing. Two can escape better than one. When we leave here, it'll be together.
Well, Annie Oakley and that deputy still think I'm on their side. We can use that. Come on.
You think you ought to go after them? They're already out of sight.
Well, don't you worry, son. I still got ears. I can hear.
The outlaw's horse. He must be in the depot.
That's a westbound train. They don't know it, but they're picking up 2 passengers.
It's a Sunset Limited. Don't ever stop here.
They'll stop today. Change your semaphore.
What?
You heard me, Dad. Let's red light that train.
The semaphore's changed. Somebody's flagging down the Limited.
Wonder where that railroad detective went.
Lofty, we've got to get that train straight through. Listen, there's a hand control on that semaphore. Do you think you could sneak down there and change it to a clear track?
If I can get that padlock off the box.
Wait a minute. I'll keep you covered.
I'll meet you when the train stops. And don't forget my suitcase.
Under fire! It's me, Rodney!
Jackson took my gun.
Here, use this. Help me keep Lofty covered. He's gonna change that semaphore to a clear track.
Oh, no, he's not. Drop it right. You heard me, sister. Drop it.
Keep out of this, Mr. Kringle.
All right, get up.
It was just yesterday that you were saying to me you can't always judge a man by his appearance. Sometimes a man is not what he seems.
Major Paley, 7th Cavalry. I understand there's been some trouble here.
There's no trouble now, Major.
I've been sent to escort the Army payroll the rest of the way to Fort Yuma.
Right here, Major.
I want to thank all of you. I understand there's some expert shooting done to prevent this robbery. Somebody shot a padlock off the semaphore. I don't need 2 guesses to know it was you, sir.
No. I wouldn't even...
Don't be so modest, Mr. Kringle. The Major knows that you're the world's greatest sharpshooter, don't you, Major?
Of course.
We all know it. Don't we, Tag?
You sure are, Mr. Kringle.
There's a lot of nice people in this town, Major. I got only one complaint. This Diablo dusted kind of gets in a man's eyes.
boys and girls. Oh, boy, did we have a lot of excitement at our house last Christmas Eve. Boy, everybody was getting ready for the visit of Santa Claus. And Buffalo Bob was trimming the Christmas tree. And he was just hanging on the last decoration. Strings of fresh buttered popcorn. And Clarabell the clown, he was helping trim the tree, too. was hanging up my stocking. Well, how you doing there, Howdy? All finished, Buffalo Bob. Boy, I sure hope Santa Claus fills my stocking with presents. Clarabell, do you want to hang up your stocking now? Oh, what a silly clown. Well, you'll find out if you're getting your bicycle pretty soon now, because it's almost midnight and Santa will be here any minute now. It's 12 o'clock. Now look, we've all got to hide so that Santa Claus doesn't see us. Come on, gang. 6, 7, 8. Hurry and hide, Clarabell. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Well, that's funny. Well, Santa Claus should be coming down the chimney at midnight. Neat trick, Clarabell. Gee, Buffalo Bob, what do you think happened to Santa Claus? Well, Howdy, there's only one way to find out. Well, what's that, Buffalo Bob? Let's go to the North Pole and see what happened to Santa Claus. You mean right up to Santa's workshop? That's just what I mean. We'll take the rocket-doodle and we'll be up there in a jiffy. Come on, Clarabell, you come too. Stop snowing, we'll have a great flight. North Pole, here we come. You're not Santa Claus. You're a bandit. Here, you see? Let me show you. There, see?
But I tell you, I'm not the bandit. I'm Santa Claus.
Yeah, go on. The newspaper says that the bandit has a beard. Well, you got a beard. And I happen to be a big Sam, see? And I happen to be smart. And I know, therefore, that you are the bandit. What's that? Oh, say, I'll bet that's your whole gang. Well, Ugly Sam is gonna hide, see? And I'm gonna capture the entire gang single-handed.
Hey, look, there's Santa's workshop right at the North Pole. Come on, fasten your seatbelts, everybody. We're coming in for a landing.
Ah, for you. All right.
Well, here we are at the North Pole. Now to find Santa Claus. Going on around here.
you bandit gang. And away we go. Run, Clarabell, run. Run. Oh, I get him. I'll get
Oh, stop, everybody, stop!
What the hell in the tail? Where is my food and where's my lunch pail?
Oh, I'll get you out, Santa.
I'll get you out! Oh, no. Let him in. I'll get you. I got him now. I got you. You give up. Ugly Sam never gives up to a bandit. Ugly Sam? Buffalo Bob. What? Sam. Oh. Ugly Sam. Oh. What are you doing here? Me? Oh. Why, I just captured the bearded bandit. Bearded bandit escaped.
I'm not the bandit, I'm Santa Claus.
Santa Claus! Yes, Sam, he's Santa Claus.
I captured the bandit. I know where I go to get him.
No,
Ugly Sam.
No! Wait. I know what, Ugly Sam. What do you want for Christmas?
I want a mirror so I can look at my beautiful ugly face.
Here you are, Ugly Sam, and a Merry Christmas.
What? Oh, how beautiful. Buffalo Bob, this ain't the bandit. This is Santa Claus.
Oh, 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 oh.
Well, it was nip and tuck, but everything worked out fine. Santa Claus got there in time to bring toys to all the boys and girls. Yes, everything turned out happy and bright. So, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Why not come and spend Christmas in the country with us, Blakely?
Well, somebody's got to keep my excellent Mrs. Burton company.
Oh, come.
The rest of the servants have gone to their parents.
Quite right. Christmas is a family affair. The only time of the year when I can really stand my...
Christmas is for children.
Yes, and it's about time there was an heir to the Blakely estate.
Oh, that old story. I don't want children. I don't want to be married. I don't want Christmas. I just want to be left, a poor, lonely bachelor, to a little peace and quiet.
If I know you, peace and quiet are the last things you want. You never met my sister, did you, Blakely? It's just right for you. She was 15. At that age, girls always fall in love with middle-aged men.
Another word from you.
Forgive me interrupting you, gentlemen.
Mrs. Burton, by all that's one.
I came to give you this note, which has just arrived.
Thank you, Mrs. Burton.
Another invitation to one of those wild parties, I suppose.
Yes, it is an invitation.
Punch, I see. At this hour of the day.
Oh, come, it's almost Christmas time. Won't you join us, Mrs. Burton?
Come along,
No,
Mrs.
thank
Burton.
you,
Oh,
Mrs.
come along,
Burton.
please.
When you were a little boy, I promised your dear mother I'd never touch a drop.
Now, Mrs. Burton, you're not as old as all that.
Oh, yes, I am. Old enough to have spanked you all when you were still in petticoats.
Don't tell me I ever wore a petticoat. What an appalling thought.
Petticoats meant something when I was a girl. These new, slim fashions.
Ah, but they're revealing, Mrs. Burton. They're revealing.
Revealing? You don't know the meaning of the word. Women today display their charms, and there's nothing left to reveal.
Mrs. Burton, Andrew, I certainly think you'll need a drink.
When your dear father was master here in King George II's day, petticoats rustled in every corridor, especially at Christmas. Children all over the place. Goodness knows where they came from. I don't know what men are coming to these days.
Oh, we manage in our modest way. We manage.
Men weren't meant to manage. A woman's what's needed to manage here.
Yeah.
And children?
Yeah.
Why, in your father's... Well, of course, I don't think your father remembered how many children he did have.
Really, Mrs. Burton? Blakely, I think we'll leave this house of shame with the sanctity of our families. Come, Mrs. Burton.
Before any more ghosts start rattling in your cupboards, please.
Yes, you go back to your Christmas at home.
Merry Christmas, Blakely.
Merry Christmas.
Give every gentleman something to display.
Listen, Sheila. Chauvelin has made an important capture in the south. Are you listening? The Marquis de Chalon and his sister, the Baroness Larive, and the Count de Malone. They're imprisoned in a large house on the outskirts of Nantes. Now, why a house, not a prison? Sheila, this is going to mean you'll have to spend Christmas alone with Mrs. Burton. Oh, Mrs. Burton.
Yes, Sir Percy?
I've decided to go away, after all, for a few days.
Another of your trips to the country, I suppose. Doesn't Christmas mean anything to you? Leaving me here alone in this house? I remember Christmas in your father's day.
I know, as you already told us. The place full of little Blakeneys and little Fitz Blakeneys.
Oh, Sir Percy, I never suggested that.
I'm truly very sorry. Really, I am. I'll try to be back for Christmas. Come on, Sheila. Come on.
What are you doing here?
Just making sure everything is secure. You couldn't tell me where I could find the Marquis de Chalon. I'm looking for him, to give him a message.
Good, I like to get messages.
You?
Of course, that's my real name. Not Citizen Chalon, as they insist on calling me. I'm Jean-Paul Henri Marie Edmond Marquis de Chalon, Baron Bonpierre, Sire de Longire et Montmorin. Of course, I never use all those names. You can call me Jean-Paul if you like.
Thank you, Jean-Paul. You wouldn't know where I could find your sister and the Baroness Larive and the Comte de Malone.
Frogeye, he's in there with the others. Come on, I'll show you. This is my sister, Renée. And this is Charles. He is the Comte de Melun. And this is Antoinette. Of course, she's only a baby.
I'm not a baby. Charles is the one who always cries.
Yes, of course, you're all so much older than I thought you'd be. That means you can keep a secret, can't you? How would you like to go to a Christmas party?
But there isn't any Christmas anymore in France.
I'm going to take you somewhere where there is.
Good, I like to go there.
Me too. Me too.
Now listen. I'm going away now, but I shall come back. If you all do exactly as you're told, you can come with me. But you mustn't breathe a word about my being here, do you understand? Promise?
I, Jean-Paul, Henri, Marie, Edmond, Marquis de Chalon, Baron Bonpierre, Cid Langire, et Montmorin.
There he goes again, just because he's a marquis.
I promise.
So do I. That's Dr. Moreau coming to make sure we're safely asleep.
Remember, all of you, not a word about my not really being Dr. Aristide. That is our secret.
Our secret.
All you have to do is to lie quiet in bed. You, Charles, can groan a little if you want to. Don't overdo it. Quick, 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 into bed, all of you.
These the children? Precaution. Open. Open. Mouth.
Merely a precaution, but one cannot afford to take any chances.
Dr. Aristide.
Ah, Dr. Moreau, my esteemed colleague.
What is all this? Who is this man?
Orders. Orders from Citizen Chauvelin.
Plague? What utter nonsense. These children were perfectly healthy last night.
Oh, my dear colleague, when I examined them by order of Citizen Chauvelin, they burst out coughing and swelled at the knees. Even you will agree that this is a highly indicative symptom.
What's that you've been giving everybody?
A precautionary measure.
Castor oil. Capitan, arrest these men at once.
Oh, take your hands off me. It is highly contagious. Why, only this morning when I examined them, they had purple spots on the soles of their feet. That can mean only one thing, plague.
Let me see.
My dear colleague, I would be only too happy for you to confirm my diagnosis.
Children, please.
We must delay them somehow.
Why don't we drop off Dr. Mauroy? We don't need him for anything.
Good idea. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Excuse me, esteemed colleague. Au revoir. Get changed quickly. They are still following us. We will have to give them the slip. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hurry up, children. Into the bushes, quickly. Charles, Jean-Paul, Antoinette. René, gee up, gee up. Go on, go on, go on. Oh, will you go home, you terrible dog? Go home, go home. Oh, you terrible dog. Come along, children. Come along. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Go home, will you? Oh, quickly, quickly, quickly. Go home, will you? Oh, you terrible dog. Oh.
I'm so tired.
You are. Well, you know, I think that settles it. Would you like to come with us? You would. Very good. Oh. We pay for him. And we set off once again. We have lost our way. Can you help us?
Of course. Come.
Where are you bound for, citizen?
For the coast?
Indeed. Have you come far?
We have been traveling since morning.
Then you must be hungry. We do not have much, but you are welcome to share it.
It is most generous of you.
Dr. Harrisfeed is taking us to a Christmas function.
Christmas? Do not speak of Christmas here. It is Christmas everywhere in the world, except here in France.
The glorious revolution has abolished it.
The more's the pity.
You speak treason, citizen. You are not true revolutionary.
If ever there was a revolutionary, It was that child of Christmas. But he wanted a revolution of love, not of hate. Out! Out, all of you! I do not want you here. A child like your own. A home like yours. 3 kings, aristocrats, you would call them, coming to pay homage. La France will be La France again when she remembers Christmas. These children were rescued from the authorities. They are looking for them. Aristocrats. Like yours. Like him.
Move the table quickly. There is a cellar below. Let them in. Sit down. Let them in.
You had a long time opening it. We are looking for some children with a man accompanying them.
We have not seen them.
They are aristocrats and enemies of the Republic.
They are the Marquis de Chalon and his sister, the Count de Melun, and the Baroness Larive.
There is a price on their heads.
The man with them is the Scarlet Pimpernel. There is a reward of 50,000 francs if he is caught.
There is no one here except us. You can see for yourself, citizen captain.
If you see anything of these people, it is your duty to report it immediately. Good night, citizen.
And here is some bread and some milk for the children on the way.
You cannot miss the path. It will keep you clear of the roads.
I have no words to thank you. You are a true friend of the revolution, but you risked your life for us. Why? I do not quite know myself, monsieur. Remember, all of you, not a word about Dr. Aristide or about anything that happened. It's our secret.
Our secret.
You all ready? 1, 2, 3. Mrs. Barton! I've brought you a Christmas present, Mrs. Burton.
Mercy me!
This is Charles, Jean-Paul, René, and Antoinette.
But where are we going to put them?
Oh, Mrs. Burton, you always said the house was teeming with children.
Children, yes. But animals.
Please, Mrs. Burton.
Come along, Sheila. Say hello to the donkey. Don't be jealous.
Oh, Sir Percy. It's a wonderful Christmas present. Mercy me. His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales.
Happy Christmas, everybody. Ah, my dear Blakely,
delighted to see you back again. How'd you like the costume?
Oh, the very height of fashion.
Old German custom, you know. St. Nicholas. Of course, I offer you to have the black devil called Krampus with me.
He is here already, sir.
So he is. And you've got an ass? Well, all you want is an ox. Oh, perhaps you've got one. Oh, sorry you missed the rout at Carlton House tonight. It's been a tremendous success. But suddenly, I thought, must go and see the lonely Blakeney and find out how he's getting on. And if Mohammed won't come to the mountain, then the... There I go again. I must come to you. So I've brought along some friends with me to sing a carol for you as a Christmas present. Though I must say, you seem to have been collecting quite a few for yourself already.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Drumming, 11 pipers fighting, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a
Have you ever wondered what goes on beyond the gates? What happens in the private lives of the people behind the closed doors and shuttered windows? Who they are? What good and evil is in the minds and souls of these shadow figures? The visitor sees behind those windows and doors and gates. Last-minute shopping has become part of our holiday tradition. This is the story of a family and the gifts which came to them on 2 Christmases and of the year between.
It's my daddy. It's my beautiful father, and he's right on time. My granddaddy struck a wrong note. He must be as excited as I am.
Yes, Bobby, of course.
And you, Mommy? You're excited, too?
I suppose so, but don't you get too excited, darling.
I won't, Mommy. Uh-oh, Mr. Farrell.
You okay, Ann?
Yeah.
You like I'll stay?
No, I can handle it myself.
Listen, he may try to talk.
Please.
He'll tell you about some new product and how he's sure to make $1 million and everything will be fine.
Please.
He'll talk. But remember, Ann, he's one of those guys who will never have anything fine.
I know it. You've told me 1,000,000 times.
You need anything I want?
Well, sure, that's why they invented Christmas, for little girls with big brown eyes.
Oh, Daddy, you're so silly.
Derek?
Mr. Bentley?
Here he is, Mommy. Silly as ever.
Hello, Ann.
Hi, Jerry.
Yeah?
Thank you.
She looks great.
So do you, Daddy. Oh, it's so nice to see you again.
Come on now, Princess, get your things on. It takes time to buy out a store.
Imagine, Mommy, anything I want. I'll be right back, Daddy.
Ma'am?
Cigarette, yeah.
My brand. It must be pretty stale.
I guess so.
It's a funny thing. It's still my brand, old or new.
You doing all right, Jerry?
Oh, yeah. Terrific. There's a fortune to be made in plastics, and we're only starting.
Oh, sure. Oh, Jerry, Father left instructions down at the store that anything that you buy for Barbie, you can charge it to him.
No, thanks. I'll pay cash. It may be his store, but she's still my daughter.
Just as you want.
I told you, I'm doing great.
Sure.
I'm ready, Prince Charming.
Well, and what a princess. Sure, Miss Farland, you must have a bit of the Blarney in you.
Oh, faith that I'll be getting it from his father.
We'll be back at 5.
But this time you're staying, aren't you?
Well, we'll see.
Aren't you staying?
Aren't you staying? Funny face. And you better have a pretty face or I won't buy anything in the store. Bye, Ann.
Goodbye, Jerry.
So long, Mommy. You miss all the fun.
Goodbye, darling.
Well, any change?
No, Father, no change.
Well, you see, if he would only...
I see that he's a wonderful man and that I still love him. If he could only get a job and could have a home of her own.
He'll never stick to anything long enough for that, Anne.
Oh, Father, I suppose he won't.
Gee, this is neat, Daddy. But it's a boy's toy. Oh, Daddy, you're so silly.
It's getting pretty late, Barbie. You better go in to see Santa before he closes up shop.
Oh, Santa never closes up shop, Daddy. You told me that.
Yeah, that's right, but we do, honey. We close up shop at 5, so we better hurry. Come on.
No, Daddy. Only little kids go in with their parents.
Oh, I see. And when did you become big?
After you had to go away, Mommy said I'd have to be a big girl and not ask questions.
That's right. Okay, big shot, go ahead.
Well, I can see you've been a very good little girl. Here's a little present for you. Goodbye, little lady. Well, little lady, now come up here and sit on my knee. Now tell me, what do you want from Santa?
A favor, Mr. Santa Claus.
Well, I'll try. I'll certainly try.
Is it true up in the North Pole where you come from that a day lasts 6 whole months?
Oh, ain't you a smart one? Well, that's true, all right.
And you can do anything.
Most anything. If parents are willing, of course.
Oh, I'm sure my daddy's willing. Because he loves me just like I love him.
Naturally. All fathers love their little girls.
Sure. Even when they can't be home much. Even then, they love their little girls.
What is it, honey?
I want you to make this day last 6 whole months. You see, I can't be with my daddy very much. And I wanted it to last such a long, long time.
Well, I'll have to take that under advisement, honey.
Here. Have a toy.
I don't want a toy.
Hey, funny face.
Oh.
Thank you, Santa.
Thank you, Santa Claus.
You're welcome, little
It'll be
lady.
all right, darling. It'll be all right. Don't cry.
You always told me, Daddy, if you dream real hard for something, it'll come true.
I know, dear.
I didn't want this day to end. I dreamed that it would.
Is something wrong, Mr. Farrell?
Nothing serious. You know me?
Of course.
How come?
Well, Mr. Bentley left instructions that we were to watch out for the young lady and you.
Oh, I see. And what did he expect might happen?
Nothing. But she is his only granddaughter.
Yes, and my only daughter, and I can take care of her just fine.
May I ask why the young lady's crying?
Yes? Yes, tell Mr. Bentley that Barbie Farrell is crying because she loves her father and misses him. Despite all of Mr. Bentley's horses and all of his men. And file that. In triplicate.
What is it, Daddy?
Oh, it's all right, dear.
Where are we going now, Daddy?
I don't know. Maybe to the North Pole. Come on.
That's about all that happened, sir. There was very little commotion. No one paid any attention.
You sure he said nothing more?
No, sir. Only to the little girl at the last about the North Pole.
Yes, well, that makes no sense.
You're wrong, Father. It makes a great deal of sense. You've never heard Barbie say her prayers.
Yes, well, then tell me, why is everyone here worried about the child but her mother?
It would take too long to explain. And besides, the wire that he sent said that Barbie was safe.
Because he said so?
Because he loves her.
Well, I'm calling in the police.
No.
Why not? Your child's kidnapped. You sit there in some kind of a trance or something. Why not?
Father, he'll bring Barbie back. He loves her. He'll have to bring her back. Don't you see that this is one of the saddest things in the world?
Gee, I'm still awful hungry, Daddy.
Okay, Barbie, just as soon as we can find a restaurant.
Hey, there's one. There's one right up ahead.
Okay.
Well, what'll it be?
We'll have 2 big steaks, French fries, ice cream, cake.
We got red hots and hamburgers, and we just ran out of ice cream.
Gee, I don't know.
Well, when you make up your mind, let me know.
What a classy joint, huh?
What?
Barbie, are you okay? What's wrong?
I forgot. I was dreaming.
Where did you dream you were?
Home with Mommy.
A nice dream?
Sure. All my dreams are nice. Even the North Pole was nice when I dreamed about it.
Yeah, this is really a dump. I'm sorry, Barbie.
That's okay, Daddy. I'll close my eyes and maybe I'll dream about that. I mean, the nice way.
Wake up, sweetie.
Why? Why?
I've been thinking. Do you know what we are?
What?
Crazy dopes.
Yeah?
We sure are. Both you and I know that the only important time is dreaming. Check?
Sure.
All right. So, naturally, Daddy wants you to dream about him. Check?
Check.
Okay. Now, you can't dream about Daddy when you're with him, right? So, we'll just get you out of this bed, get you home in a hurry, pop you into your nice warm bed at home, and then you can go dreaming away. But no dreaming about my funny face.
Oh, such a silly daddy.
Yeah, such a silly daddy. Come on, let's go. You'll be home in bed and dreaming happily in no time.
North Pole.
It's all right, darling. Go to sleep.
Don't go too far away, Daddy. I love you.
It's all right, darling.
She's all right.
Where's Jerry? Where is he, Father?
He's downstairs. He wanted to wait to find out.
Oh.
Wait. I want to talk to him this time. It's all right. I know what you mean now. It is a sad thing. For him, too. You stay here and look out for Bobby. Okay? She's okay. Upset, confused, but okay.
Good. Thanks for omitting the lecture.
Jerry.
Yes?
It can't be that easy, Jerry.
Who says it's easy?
Sit down.
No, thanks. I'd rather stand.
I don't understand you, Jerry. I guess I never will. But I know you meant no harm.
Check.
But you did do harm.
Yeah, I usually do.
No more, Jerry. No more. I suppose I could throw you in jail.
Yes?
A year, Jerry. You're not to see Barbie for a year.
Listen, I know how you feel.
You don't know how I feel. I don't know how you feel. We only know one thing together. We both love Barbie. She can't live with the kind of hold you have on her. Your dream world has gotten you into a mess. It's doing the same thing to her. I'm a businessman, Jerry. My lawyers will get a court order forbidding you to see Barbie for a year. Any judge will sign that. You know that.
Yeah.
But we don't need that order. You loved her enough to bring her home tonight. And you love her enough to give her this year. She needs it. Only you can give it.
Call the cops. I'll take the years in jail.
Either way. But this way is good for Barbie. I'll fight you hard if you try to pull a fast one.
Okay, I know you will.
Just the same, I'm sorry.
That's the cockeyed part. I know you are.
Yes, that's the cockeyed part.
Me, I am a sucker for Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. I know what you mean.
Have another cup.
No, sir.
Oh, Christmas. Gets closer to Christmas. I find it hard to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Got a kid?
Yeah.
You know then. A whole year headaches. They are made up by the way your kid smiles on Christmas morning. Since you got a kid, maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
What?
You know, at the Bentley, where they got that big Sunday class.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my granddaughter. She got to be there the first day. Practically the first hour. Yeah, mine too.
Ah, the way they talk to that corny Santa Claus. Whoever the bum is, I figure he's a lucky guy.
Yeah, maybe the luckiest guy in the world.
So maybe I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah? Maybe you will.
Well, if I don't see you, Merry Christmas.
We should reconsider.
Oh, it's crazy. They all know me here.
For $10.
I got a good thing here year after year. It ain't worth it.
Look, it's just for the first hour today. You can hide for an hour. And in the costume, I'll look like you.
Forget it. Big deal. Everybody wants to be Santa Claus.
25. No, $35.
Mister, you are Santa Claus. Well, come on. That's where we're going.
Well, Bobby, I hope you have a good time with Santa.
I will.
And I hope he gives you something very nice.
Oh, he will. But I can't tell you what it is. It's a secret.
It's all right, dear. You go ahead now. What she wants. It's a great secret.
Yes.
She's so sure that Santa will bring Jerry back. Well, you know that even I keep looking for him around here.
I am, too. So are my men.
Now, that's not necessary, Father. He's lived up to everything.
So far. But with a good-time guy like Jerry, Christmas is the hard time.
Not only for Jerry.
Well, you stay here. I'll just go check around.
Well, Teresa, say goodbye to Santa Claus. Tongue-tied. She'll talk about it all year. Then, not a word.
Well, that's all we have time for. You be good to your grandfather. Hello.
I guess you remember me.
Sure. Have you been a good girl?
Sure. Hey, sure is slang. Do they use slang at the North Pole?
Sure. Hey, you're a little bigger than last year.
Of course. I got a new tooth. Want to sing?
Yeah.
Where are you going, Santa?
It's cold. It's kind of drafty, North Pole.
I know. I was there once.
Good morning, Mrs. Farrell.
Good morning, Mr. Bruce.
Where's your little girl?
And there was Santa. Why?
With Santa?
Yes. Is there something wrong?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Mr. Bentley's instructions have us all jittery.
Jittery?
Yes, I just saw our Santa outside. Maybe I'd better call Mr. Bentley.
Here, Barbie, lots of the girls are like this.
That's not what I want. You know that.
What do you want, Barbie?
I want you to take me with you, Santa. I mean, forever.
Why?
You know, because Daddy lives where you do, at the North Pole. Dream about it all the time.
Do you?
More than Mommy or Granddaddy know. All the time. I just close my eyes and dream. Daddy taught me that. Well, I guess you know all that, seeing as how you're friends.
Yeah, I know all that.
Take me, Santa. Please, today.
Barbie, I have a message from your father.
I knew it.
But he told me to tell you that he was wrong, Barbie. That dreams aren't good, and he wants you to stop dreaming.
Even about him?
Yes, Barbie, especially about him.
Guess I'll go now.
Goodbye, Barbie.
Doesn't he love me anymore?
More than ever, darling. I couldn't help hearing your conversation, Santa. About the message from Barbie's father.
Oh?
It was a good message. Must have been very difficult for him to send it.
Well, there's lots of time for thinking at the North Pole.
In other places, too. Could you send a message back?
Sure.
Some Santa, Mommy. He uses slang.
I know. Could you tell my husband?
Husband?
Yes. Could you tell my husband for me that I've been thinking about dreams, too, and I think they're all right when you're old enough to know how to handle them.
Yeah. I guess they take a lot of handling.
But they're worth it.
It's not easy. I mean, coming back from the North Pole.
Tell him it'll be all right, that I'll meet him.
Where?
The only place I can. Halfway.
Barbie, I have one final message from your father. He said to tell you that he'd be home real soon.
That's wonderful, Santa. Isn't it, Mommy?
Yes, darling. It's wonderful.
Thank you for a real Merry Christmas, Santa Claus.
Thank you, Barbie, and a Merry Christmas to you both.
Merry Christmas.
So this turned out to be a happy holiday occasion for the visitor. On that second Christmas, the Farrell family got the most wonderful gift in the world, the gift of being together again, of knowing at last that a dream can be a good thing if a whole family dreams together.
It's all right. It's just a little old bird. Well, I know I heard something. And it wasn't no bird. Maybe it was some of our guys. Not likely, Sonny. Appears to me we crossed lines during the night. sure don't look familiar.
Hey, paisano, which way you pointing at there?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Get your finger off the trigger. Shoot off my rump.
How about it, Daniel Boone? Which way?
I don't know. That artillery sounds like it's coming from every which way, huh?
Well, if you're saying that we still are lost, I could have told you that.
Look, what do we do if we see Germans? I mean, there's only 3 of us.
Well, Sonny, depends on whether there's more than 3 of them. Let's go.
Ist dir eine Zigarette?
Sei ruhig, du Dummkopf, willst du erschossen werden?
Ich sehe nix. Ich höre etwas.
Da drüben. Amerikaner? Vielleicht.
Hey, what is it?
I don't know.
Maria, komm ins Haus, schnell. Nu, komm. Schnell, komm. Komm. So.
We gotta find a medic, man. He's bleeding to death.
Yeah, I know.
Maria, geh weg von dem Fenster. Hier, schäle diese Äpfel für Abendessen. Vielleicht ist da schöne Musik am Radio, ja?
Damit ein
Deutschland!
Schweine. Deutschland über alles. Und so grüßen wir die Geburt unseres lieben Heilands. Ach.
Mutter, das ist die Zauberflöte. Bitte, lass es an.
Ach, Mozart. Ja. Von dem verrückten Teufel in Berlin zu dem Engel in Salzburg.
Sänger bin ich, ja, ist lustig, heiße Hopse, ich Sänger bin bekannt, bei alt und jung im ganzen Land.
Who else is in there? Just a woman and a girl. Anyone else around? In Zuhasa.
Nein, niemand ist da, nur ich und meine Tochter.
It's our friend outside. He's been shot. He's hurt bad. Needs some attention. Will you help us? Do you understand? Please. Oh.
Ja, natürlich. Bringen Sie ihn ins Haus.
One of us better keep an eye out. All right, then you get him settled, and I'll take the first watch.
Wir haben sie verloren. Was geht das uns an?
Ich friere.
Ich auch. Herr Corporal, lassen Sie den Unsinn. Wir suchen uns besser einen Platz zum Schlafen.
Diesen Weg. See anything? Nope, it's pretty quiet out there. Yeah, good. I don't imagine any Jerrys would be out on a night like this anyway. Probably not. Just like my mama used to make back home in Alabama. Now don't tell me you never had chicken and dumpling. No? You don't know what you've been missing. Come here. Come here now. Taste it. Well, now ain't that about the best thing you ever put in your mouth? Yeah, I know it. It's good. How is it? What happened? They must have the power line somewhere. Jemand zu Hause?
Wer macht? Fröhliche Weihnachten.
Lady Frau, wir haben unsere Truppen verloren und möchten hier bis zum Tageslicht warten. Können wir hier übernachten?
Natürlich. Ihr dürft auch eine warme Mahlzeit essen. Eine Minute, bitte. Wir haben 3 andere Gäste. Sie würden den Männer kaum fürs Freunde halten.
Wer ist denn da? Amerikaner? Georg, Lilly, an die Fenster. Aus dem Schussfeuer.
Hören Sie! Heute ist Weihnachtsabend. Kämpfen und Schüssen sind hier verboten. Ihr könnten meine Sohne sein. Und so könnten die anderen hier. Der eine Junge hat eine Schusswunde. Er kämpft ums Leben. Seine beiden Kameraden haben auch das Weg verloren und sind ebenso kalt und hungrig. Diese eine Nacht, das Weihnachtsabend, als unser Heiland geboren war, lasst uns das Töten vergessen. Genug von dieser Unterhaltung. Legt eure Schussgewehre auf dem Holzhaufen. Nun mach schnell, ehe der andere die Mahlzeit essen.
Doch, genug mit dieser Krieg. Seid ihr denn wahnsinnig geworden? Nein, wir sind kalt und hungrig.
Bitte.
What are they doing? I don't know. But I can hear them moving around a bit.
Bitte. Was ist last?
Was tun Sie? Ich kann nichts hören.
Kommen Sie rein. Stehen Sie nicht und frieren. Nehmt eure Röcke ab. Wärmt euch beim Feuer. Ich werde nach dem Essen sehen. Kommen Sie bitte. Maria, bitte das Tischgebet.
Segne fahren, was wir essen. Lass uns deine nicht essen.
Bitte.
What is it? He's just bad off. And he ain't getting much better either. You a doctor?
No, but I studied medicine at Heidelberg until a few months ago.
You speak English?
So do you. No sign of infection yet, but he has lost much blood. So the bullet should come out. How? I can tie, but I'm not a doctor. I cannot be certain that I will do it properly.
What happens if we don't try?
I cannot say. There may be infection and more bleeding. I think he will die.
Then let's try.
Very well. Ich muss heißes Wasser und Verbandzeug haben. Und wir müssen ein Küchenmesser haben und es schärfen. He is unconscious. Now he will not feel the pain. Let us hope.
Herr Jesus, wir beten zu dir, dass du mit dem jungen Mann auf seinem Schmerzenlagen bist. Berühre ihn mit deiner Liebe und Kraft. Heile ihn mit deinen göttlichen Geist, dass er wieder lebt und dir dienen.
Und siehe, des Herrn Engel trat zu ihnen, und die Klarheit des Herrn leuchtete sie, und sie fürchteten sich sehr.
And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were so afraid.
Und der Engel sprach zu ihnen, fürchtet euch nicht. Siehe, ich verkündige euch große Freude, die allem Volk widerfahren wird.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people.
Denn euch ist heute der Heiland geboren, welcher ist Christus, der Herr in der Stadt David.
For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
Und es habt zum Zeichen, ihr werdet finden das Kind in Windeln gewickelt und in einer Krippe liegen.
And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger.
Und alsbald war dabei den Engel, die Menge der himmlischen Herrscher, die lobten Gott und sprachen.
And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and saying,
Ehre sei Gott in der Höhe und Friede auf Erden und den Menschen ein Wohlgefallen.
Heilige Nacht, alles schlaft, einsam war, nur das traute Hochheilige Paar.
He's sleeping peacefully. No fever. No infection. I think it'll be all right.
Dank sei unserem Gott und unserem Herrn Jesus Christ.
Hey, listen. What? I don't hear anything.
Yeah. The bombing has stopped.
Mutter, komm und sieh! Schnell!
Das Stern von Bethlehem.
Sedici diye. He'll do well, I think. But he should rest another day before you move him.
But we've got to get back to our unit.
The war will still be there tomorrow. Wollen Sie ihm noch einen Tag helfen, bitte?
Ja, natürlich.
Dankeschön for everything.
Bitte.
I think I'll try to go get a beat on our location. Maybe bring back the medics. We're not too far from Monschau. Nein, ihr dürft nicht nach Monschau gehen. Wir haben die Stadt wieder genommen.
He says that Monschau is now in German hands.
Where do we go then?
Wo?
Hier, schaut her. Folgt diesen Fluss nach Süden. Der wird euch zu der ersten amerikanischen Armee bringen.
He says to follow the stream south. It leads to the American First Army.
Thanks. Du, wo ist meine Pistole?
Hier.
Vielen Dank, gnädige Frau. Für Ihre Hilfe.
Seid vorsichtig, ihr alle. Ich hoffe, dass Sie wieder eure Heimat erreichen, wo Sie hingehören. Gott segne euch. Fröhliche Weihnachten.
Robert?
Yes, son.
Is it Christmas?
It sure is, Paisano. It sure is.
Und sie zogen auf einem anderen Weg wieder in ihr Land.
That's not fair.
The captain promised me he'd take me back to America for Christmas, where there's snow and where it's cold.
Yeah, I know. And the colonel promised the captain he could go, because the general promised the colonel. But somebody higher than the general changed the general's mind. Down through the chain of command came a big, fat, round no. My boy, you're in the army, you know.
But I haven't seen any snow in my whole life.
Oh, well, snow isn't so much. In the first place, it's not near as deep as it used to be when I was a boy. And in the second place, it's wet and cold and nothing to it, really.
Nothing but sliding down a hill on a sled, making a snowman and throwing snowballs and ice skating.
Well, it's highly overrated, Cubby, highly overrated. Besides, a fella can catch a cold doing those things, you know. O King, when Sinlot looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even, brightly...
Where's Cubby? Ah, hi, Sergeant.
Did the colonel change his mind, maybe? Did he say we could go?
I'm afraid not, Guppy. Something happened in City Bella Bess and my replacement didn't come through.
Ah, darn.
We couldn't get to the States in time anyway. Tonight's Christmas Eve.
But we could see some snow, couldn't we? They don't turn off the snow the day after Christmas, do they?
No, there's usually some left around.
I was just telling Cubby, Captain, snow's not so much. Nasty, wet stuff usually turns out to be slush anyway.
He's right, Guppy.
But I want to see some for myself.
Well, we'll have a good Christmas right here.
How?
Well, you'll see when the caravan gets in from Marrakesh. It's loaded.
With what?
Well, they have a half a dozen 20-pound turkeys and sweet potatoes, popcorn, plum pudding, mincemeat.
No presents?
I believe there are a couple of presents. Aren't there, Fuzzy?
Well, it seems to me I heard something about presents. And there's that very special surprise.
What is it?
Well, if we was to tell you, it wouldn't be a surprise, would it?
Oh, Fuzzy, I think we should tell him to sort of make up for the snow.
Maybe you're right, Captain.
What is it? Tell me. Tell me.
Well, the caravan is bringing a Christmas tree with all the lights and all the ornaments.
A real honest-to-gosh Christmas tree?
A real honest-to-gosh Christmas tree from way up in the Atlas Mountains.
Gee, maybe it'll be a good Christmas after all.
Sure it will, partner. They're hours overdue already. Even if they do get through the storm, the camels are too slow to get here in time.
Maybe camels are too slow, but horses wouldn't be.
Well, what do you mean?
You could take a patrol and meet them at El Crim.
We have no way of knowing that they'll get that far.
You can try.
I'm not going to.
Why not?
I'm not going to risk a lot of men and horses in a sandstorm for a few sacks full of trinkets. Cubby, this isn't a matter of life and death, you know.
No, it's just Christmas, and you don't care. You don't care about anything the kids care about. And I don't think you were going to take me to America to see the snow either. You're just a stingy old man. I can do this all right. You better go and saddle your own pony. Why? Aren't you coming with me? Oh, no. Why not?
My father doesn't allow me to ride outside the town by myself.
Well, you won't be by yourself. You'll be with me.
I mean, you won't let me go into the desert without a grown-up along.
All right, then, if you're afraid.
I'm not afraid, but my father has spoken.
Okay.
I don't think the Captain Gallant would like you to be riding alone in the desert either.
He didn't tell me not to, did he?
No, but he is a grown-up, and grown-ups are strange about these things. I think you should ask him first.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anything, not even Christmas. Nobody around here cares about Christmas but me, and I'm going out to find it for myself.
Come in. Find him?
No, sir, not a trace. Nobody's seen him.
I knew he was upset about Christmas, but I didn't think he was so upset he'd miss a meal.
I never heard of such a thing. It's plumb unnatural.
Andre?
Excuse me, Captain. This little one knows something.
Abdullah, have you seen Cubby?
Yes, mon capitaine.
Where?
In the stable.
When?
2 hours, maybe 3.
What did he say?
He said he was going to find Christmas.
The caravan.
That sounds like it. Sergeant?
Oui, mon capitaine.
Saddle my horse. I'm going after it.
Tout de suite, mon capitaine. Only...
Yes?
I request permission to go along with you.
Oh, that won't be necessary, Sergeant. He can't have gone very far.
Excuse me, sir, for saying so, but this time I think the sergeant's right and you're wrong. You see, sir, I saw Cubby cross the compound. He was probably on his way to the stable then, but I didn't know. But what I do know, sir, I never seen a boy with his lip out as far as his.
What do you mean by that, Fuzzy?
Just this, Captain. Cubby ain't out for no promenade. He's probably spurring that pony for all he's worth. No telling how far he's got by now.
I think Fuzzy is right, mon capitaine.
Saddle 3 horses, Sergeant.
Oui, mon capitaine.
There's no duty today. Tonight's Christmas Eve, mon vieux. Not even the Legion works today.
Sure, I know, and tomorrow's Christmas. And I aim to see it's a merry one.
I don't get you.
Cubby's gone and got himself lost out there.
What do you mean he's lost?
I'm telling you, the poor kid's lost.
The desert is a big place. A very big place.
Well, Baba, this is as far as we can go. There isn't another oasis out there for nearly 100 miles. And it's too late to get back to the fort. So we just gotta camp out here tonight. Well, Baba, I guess I better get some more wood. Don't worry, Baba. That was just a bird. I think.
hope you had a good dinner, because I sure didn't. There's only green dates on those trees.
Hey, partner!
Uncle Mike! Gee, am I glad to see you, Uncle Mike.
Are we glad to see you?
Boy, what happened to you? It's a good thing the Colonel isn't here. There's one thing he can't stand, it's an untidy legionnaire.
Do I look better now?
Uh-huh.
You had your dinner yet?
No, not exactly.
Here, chop down on this chocolate bar while I wrestle up some hot chow.
Gee, thanks.
Pretty puny fire you got there.
I was just going out to get some more wood.
Yeah? You stay here with the captain. I'll find some.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, you should be, Cuffy. You had us all worried. You know, anything might have happened to you out there in the desert, alone at night.
I know.
Didn't you think of that before you left the fort without permission?
No, sir. I was just thinking about Christmas. I thought if I could find the caravan, I could bring in the presents myself.
Christmas is a lot more than Cuffy.
I know it's turkey and snow and Christmas trees.
And it's a lot more than that. It's peace in the hearts of men of goodwill everywhere. It's love for your fellow man.
Yes, sir.
Right now, there are a dozen men out there in the desert. They're not spending a comfortable Christmas Eve in their barracks. They're out there in the dark and the cold. Do you know why, Cuffy?
No, sir.
Because they're men of goodwill. They weren't assigned to this duty. They volunteered. Because they love you, Cuffy. There can be no greater Christmas present than that.
Gee, I'm sorry.
I'll be glad, Cuffy, that there are men like that in the world.
Freeze, mes braves. Are you all right, Cuffy?
Fine.
Well, it's been quite a night, won't it?
Are you well, my friend?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry I put you to all this trouble.
No matter, Cuffy, as long as it goes well with you.
We'll camp here tonight, Sergeant. Pick up the horses, pass the word to the other men.
Oui, mon capitaine.
Come on in. Gather around the fire.
A fine Christmas Eve I made for everybody. Stuck out here on this desert.
First Christmas Eve was on a desert just like this, Cuffy.
Without any snow or Christmas trees?
No snow. No Christmas trees. Just sand and oases and little towns of mud brick. Towns like Orodon and Zagora and Ouazzazate. Only this town was called Bethlehem.
Where's that?
On the eastern edge of this very desert, over beyond Egypt, in a land that's called Judea. And now it's called Holy. It was on a night like this, nearly 2,000 years ago, that a man named Joseph and his wife Mary came to Bethlehem to pay their taxes. And it was a long, hard trip, because Mary was expecting a baby very soon. It was late when Joseph and Mary got to town. There wasn't any room at the inn because a lot of other people had come to town to pay their taxes. And Joseph was worried. He couldn't ask Mary to sleep out on the desert under the circumstances.
And then what happened?
Well, that night in that stable in Bethlehem, Mary's baby was born.
Jesus?
That's right. A lot of strange things happened the night that Jesus was born. Another angel appeared in the sky above some shepherds who were watching their flocks. And a star appeared in the east. And 3 wise men saw that star and knew that it meant the King of the Jews had been born. And they followed the star all night across the desert until it stood still above the town of Bethlehem. And they knew that it was here they would find the baby Jesus, lying in a manger, wrapped in swaddling clothes. The Prince of Peace, the Son of God, born in circumstances more humble than any ordinary man. And the wise men came and they saw and they worshiped. And they brought gifts, presents of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
And those were the first Christmas presents? That gold and that other stuff?
Not exactly, Cuffy. The first Christmas present and the greatest was Jesus himself, who brought to all men the promise of peace, the example of sacrifice, and the lesson of love.
Cuffy, everybody, come here. Now for that good old Christmas dinner, Cuffy, come on.
Listen to the all right.
I have an idea. I have a surprise for you. Merry Christmas, Sergeant.
Joyeux Noël, Cuffy.
Merry Christmas, Sam.
Merry Christmas, Cuffy.
Merry Christmas, Luigi.
Buon Natale, Cuffy.
Merry Christmas, Joe.
Joyeux Noël, Cuffy.
Merry Christmas, Hans.
Fröhliche Weihnachten, Cuffy.
Merry Christmas, Igor.
С Рождеством Христом, Куфи.
Merry Christmas, Bernard.
Joyeux Noël, Cuffy.
Merry Christmas, Fuzzy.
Gee, thanks, Cuffy.
Merry Christmas, Sean.
Merry Christmas, Cuffy.
Merry Christmas, Uncle Mike.
Merry Christmas, Cuffy. Fuzzy. Sergeant.
This is the nicest Christmas I ever had in my whole life.
Born is the
night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now, Dasher! Now, Dancer! Now, Prancer and Vixen! On, Comet! On, Cupid! On, Donder and Blitzen! To the top of the porch! To the top of the wall! Now, dash away! Dash away! Dash away all!
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too.
Whoa!
And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Happy Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.
Good evening. I'm Thomas Mitchell. I suppose you're wondering what I'm doing in these surroundings at Christmas time, this unbaked courtyard in a Latin American village. No falling snow to give us the traditional white Christmas, no jingle bells or holly wreaths, no mistletoe or evergreens. But the Christmas spirit is here, just as much as it is in your hometown. Because Christmas is more than festive trappings and familiar symbols. It swells the human heart. It's a spirit that isn't confined to just one place. It belongs everywhere. So, we'd like to tell you a unique story of Christmas spirit that took place not in our own land, but in a Latin American village like this. It's a warm story about a custom that happens every year to people like these. Our story, Three Young Kings, begins here with this little girl.
If you have been good, and if you pray, the three kings may bring you gifts today.
to see us, Father.
Yes, yes. It will only take a few minutes. Sit down, boys. Sit down. Children, tomorrow is the 6th of January. Lazaro, do you know what this day commemorates?
The 6th of January commemorates the arrival of the three kings in Bethlehem, bearing gifts for the newly born.
Muy bien. For that reason, the school will be closed tomorrow. We shall celebrate. Last year, as all the years before, you received your Christmas presents, as is our tradition, from the hands of the three kings. Of course, you may have suspected that they were not really the three kings. But you did not know who actually were behind those beautiful robes and turbans and beards and facial paint, huh? The tradition of our town requires that we choose them from the three oldest in our school. This year, you are the three oldest boys. You, Eduardo, Ramoncito, and your name? Lazaro. Yes. You will be the three kings. Now, this is the procedure. All the presents your schoolmates are to receive from their parents will be upstairs in the janitor's room. The presents for the girls would come from their schools. Now, I want you to be here tomorrow before siesta time to load the burros and saddle the horses.
With real saddles?
Silver mounted.
Holy saints. Oh, forgive me, Father.
I forgive you because I take it as the beginning of a prayer to the Lord for letting you be his messenger of goodwill. Now, you three, go to your homes, but remember, do not reveal your secret to anyone. It is your duty, my children, to keep the little one's faith in the three kings and in the divine miracles of the loving, giving human heart.
And she's as big as a real baby. And it says if you are good and pray a lot, the three kings will bring her to you.
It did not say for sure.
No, but it did not say maybe neither. Mother, have I been a good girl?
Yes, my soul, you have.
Then can I pray for the doll?
Of course, my heart. But do not forget, the Lord rewards you in his own way and in his own time.
But if I pray very, very hard?
There are lots of children who pray, and only three kings. They may not have time to come to this part of town this year. Maybe next year, eh? If you go on to be good, one day they will come to you.
With a big doll and a beautiful dress laced and embroidered.
This is for my little sister Anna. I'll bet it's that doll she wanted.
Not there. All our presents go into this basket. We all live on the same street. Put it in here.
You know, it's funny. Soon I'll be a king and deliver presents myself. Then again, I'll be Ramoncito. But how can Ramoncito believe in the three wise men when he knows there are only three stupid boys?
You're wrong, Ramoncito. You're not nearly what you think you are, but what others believe you to be. The little ones, the innocents, they will believe that you are really the three kings. Perhaps their fate will make you believe it too. A little. It's time, boys. The people are waiting for you in their homes. Now finish your packing, huh?
Yes, Father. Father.
Yes?
Senor Montoro just bought this puppy. It is for his little son, Pedro.
Oh, que bueno. Eduardo. Here, you take this dog and deliver it to the Montoros.
Yes, Father. He asked to remind you, boys, that he recently moved near to his factory and the street of Old Saint. I know where it is, the street of the poor.
I didn't know that.
Yes, all the gifts have been accounted for, Father.
Oh, that's fine. Now, you finish your packing, eh? And then you go into the vestry, put your costumes on, and buy them from the other. Huh? Jose, you get the horses ready. Señor Pérez, un poquito de vino.
Muchas gracias, padre.
Vamos.
Usted es muy amable.
Are you ready, boys?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Angelo! Okay, open the gate. Eduardo. Vamos.
Is this the township of Cardenas?
Yes, it is.
Are we permitted to enter and to bring our gifts for the child that was born?
Yes, King.
Welcome to Cardenas.
Welcome to Cardenas.
My name is Jose. I live at 22 Trinity Street.
This is too much. Let us go first to Senor Montoro's house in the Street of All Saints and get rid of the public.
Mother of God, please, please. Mother of God, please tell the three kings to come. And I will be good all year, I promise. Please, please.
They had never seen the three kings. They haven't. The three kings never come to this neighborhood.
Well, why not?
Because the parents of these children cannot send packages to the school, that's why. Come on, let's get it over with.
There's the Montoro house.
Hear me, hear me. Is this the house of Senores Montoro?
I am Senor Montoro. May I ask who you gentlemen are?
We are the three kings of the Orient. Does a young one by the name of Pedro live here?
Yes, kings. This is Pedro Montoro.
Has he been a good boy, senor?
Indeed he has.
Pedro Montoro, this is thy reward.
Will you kings enter my house for some refreshments?
Thank you, senor, but we still have a great distance to travel. God be with you.
Vaya con Dios.
I don't like it here. Let's hurry back to town.
We shouldn't have been sent here.
get away from here.
Maria, come back here. Maria!
Wait for me! King, wait!
Move away, little girl. The horses may hurt you.
But I am Maria Diaz.
Let us pass, little girl.
But don't you understand? I am Maria Diaz, the little girl for whom you are bringing a big, beautiful doll. As big as a baby, dressed in pink silk.
Maria, my son, come on in.
I have been good, I pray.
Look, little girl. We have a list here with all the names, and yours isn't among them, see?
You are mistaken about this hour. I just remembered. Her name is on the list, and I have her present.
You can't do that.
It is my little sister's doll. She has already 5 dolls. Is this what you have been praying for, Maria?
Yes.
Then it is yours.
Do you hear me? Perhaps I have something for you. Let me see. Here goes one of my little brother's presents. Little brother could have used that too.
What are we going to do?
I gave my brother's presents away. One of his presents. I can't stand this. I'm going to give away all my brothers and sisters' presents too. How about you?
What are we waiting for?
What are we going to do now?
You think we ought to give them something too?
How can we do that? We have already given our family's presents away.
Just the same. Listen to them. They've never had anything.
We can't help that. The poor are always with us. Jesus says so in the Bible.
He says so to remind us to do something about them. That's what my mother says he means.
I think your mother is right, Lazaro. Come on, let's do something about them.
Whatever you say, Eduardo. You're the boss.
I am not the boss. Whenever we get into trouble, you always say, I am the boss. We're all in this together, and don't forget.
It will be a scandal.
The biggest Cardenas has ever seen. But who cares? When you start working miracles, you can't stop. Come on, little ones, come on.
Where are they? Where can they be? Even if they had gone to Montoros first, they ought to be here by now. You can't trust the youth of today.
I don't know about your children, Senor Alvarez, but I trust my Eduardo.
My Ramoncito is a good boy, and so is my Lazaro.
Then where are they? Soon it will be dark, and we'll have to put our children to bed without a Christmas gift.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Are you waiting for the three kings by any chance?
Senor Montoro, do you know anything about them?
Yes, Senor Alvarez. After they delivered the present to my little boy, they gave away the rest of the gifts to the poor children of All Saint Street.
We have been robbed. Our innocent children have been robbed.
Now, come, Senor Alvarez.
Where are those bandits?
I don't know, but looking at your face, I don't blame them for not being in a great hurry to get back.
They are right. How right they are. I'll have them put in jail. I'll have them expelled from school right now. Well, why did you do it? Why don't you say something?
We didn't mean any harm.
Oh, you didn't, did you? Breaking the little hearts of our beloved little ones, damaging their innocent faith.
And your pocketbook.
They are thieves. They are embezzlers. Therefore, I demand that they
be hanged by the neck until dead.
This is no joking matter, Perez. I demand that they be expelled from the Colegio.
No.
Wait. I think we can settle this without all this bitterness. Although I do not believe that my son, Eduardo, did anything maliciously, I am willing to pay for all the presents.
I'll share the expenses.
So will I. That's not enough.
Then I have another offer for you, Alvarez. How would you and all the men in your family like to be kicking to the bay?
That's my father.
Domingo, I will not forget this insult. I am only trying to do what is fair. Thieves must be punished.
What you want is revenge. Nothing else will satisfy you. We all agree to pay for the gift.
It is not the loss of the money. It is the joy of our children. What good is money? It is late. The toy shop is closed.
But I'm sure Senor Perez will open it.
I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I'm sold out.
You see? You see what you have done? You monsters, you. Our children will have to go without Christmases, while those street urchins...
Senor Alvarez.
What is it?
I have an idea that will solve our problem. Why don't we send these boys back to the street of All Saints to collect all the presents they have so magnanimously given away?
That's a very just and charitable idea.
We are not going to do it.
Good boy. You are incorrigible. For your atrocious and malicious behavior, you deserve the highest punishment. This is the first time in the history of Escuela Pia that a thing like this has ever happened.
Senor Alvarez, there you have a point. Jose, see that everything is ready, eh?
Take my place, Father.
That is not your place. It is mine, even though you forgot to invite me to this little discussion.
It was an oversight.
It must have been. Thank you, my boy. First, I think we shall have to let the boys go, because it is almost 5 o'clock, and they have another ceremony to perform, so... excuse me, you will find Father Luis. He will tell you exactly what to do. And now back to our scandal. Senor Alvarez here says that what happened today had never happened before, and I quite agree with him. For many, many years, on Three Kings Day, I have sent the 3 oldest boys of our school into town to deliver gifts to their schoolmates. And they have always distributed those gifts as I told them, because they were very good boys. Not until today have any pupils ever disobeyed me.
Father, there's a delegation from the Street of All Saints. They're waiting in the schoolyard.
Come, we shall meet them.
Buenas tardes, Padre Miguel.
Buenas tardes, Señora Díaz.
We come to thank you, Father, and all the kind people for remembering our children on this day. We will never forget it. And our little ones, they have come too to thank the three kings, for in their great joy they forgot to do it.
Un momentito, Señora Díaz, un momentito. Now, these three boys we were discussing, we must be fair with them. We must examine their misdeed very closely. Exactly what, we must ask ourselves, exactly what did they do? They took the rich gifts provided by the bounty of our beloved country and carried them to babes who sleep on straw pallets. Does this remind you of anything, señores y señores? José, estamos listos. Behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. This is your answer, my friends. The little babes from the street of All Saints reminded our boys of another babe, swaddled in coarse cloth, who slept on straw in a manger. And with this in mind, we have to realize that these three boys were not good boys. Not just ordinary good boys. They were Melchior, Gaspar, and Balthasar, my friends. Indeed, in the generosity of their hearts, in the sweetness of their spirits, in the courage of their resolve to do right, they are indeed three young kings.
Hello, friend. Steve? Anybody home?
In here, Homer.
I never did see it so cold. And just a week before Christmas. You know that mailbox of yours froze up tight?
Help yourself.
Thanks.
I see that foolishness has started already.
You got all yours mailed?
You know me better than that. Blasted waste of time and money. Christmas cards. Ha! A lot of nonsense.
A lot of headaches. Especially for us that totes the mail. Well, I ain't complaining.
Here's some of your Christmas spirit. Listen to this. Season's greetings from Andy Gilmore. Ha! Nothing about the $10 he owes me.
Hi, Cat. Let's go, Fred.
Well, at least he remembered you.
Ha. Hello, boys.
Hello, Mr. Morgan.
Hi there, Rod. Donnie.
Hello, Mr. Lake.
Well, how come you youngsters are not out sledding weather like this?
I wanted to see if Prince was warm enough.
You've taken quite a shine to him now, haven't you, huh?
He's the best pony ever was. Did you get that letter I put in the mailbox yesterday?
Well, now, let me see. Who was it for?
Santa Claus. I asked him for a new sled. My old one got busted.
Yesterday, you say? I'm sure you'll get it in time for Christmas. Well, I gotta be going. So long, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Want to saddle him while I get the Shetland ready?
We're not going riding today, Mr. Morgan.
Huh?
I wanted to see if Prince was all right.
What makes you think he wasn't?
I just wanted to be sure. I brought him an apple and some sugar.
You keep that up, you'll spoil him for anybody else. How come you're not riding him today?
I'm saving my money so I can buy him.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't know.
He's still for sale, isn't he? For the $75, like you said.
Yeah, I expect he is, but it's a lot of money for a boy.
I'm saving up my money, and my father's helping me.
Well, you better get a move on before Prince dies of old age.
Donnie, if I owned Prince, do you know what? I'd get up early every morning and curry him and feed him, put ribbons in his mane. And I'd ride him every day so he'd get plenty of exercise. Could I ride him too? You'd fall off a big pony like Prince. Oh, I like Sean's better anyway. They're all right when you're little. But Prince, he's the most wonderful pony in the whole world.
Hello, Homer.
Howdy, Mr. Blaine.
It's mighty cold. You want to come in and warm up a minute?
Thanks. No, I can't take the time now the Christmas rush has started. Oh, before I forget it, I've got a letter from Donnie here, addressed to Santa Claus, and it says something about a sled.
Oh, yes.
He was telling me about it when I saw the two of them over to Morgan's just a while back. I never did see youngsters so taken with ponies.
Yes, that's about all they talk about, especially Rod.
Yes, he seems to be mighty fond of that little Prince pony of Morgan's.
Hey, he's been asking me to buy it for him for almost a year. I wish I could afford it. Money doesn't grow on trees.
No, and Steve Morgan is no man to dicker with, especially this time of the year. You know, I never did see a man get so riled up around Christmas time as he does.
Well, I guess there's some things that a man like Morgan just can't forget.
Yeah, I expect you're right that way. But I don't know as I blame him without kith or kin to his name. Well, I gotta be shaking a leg. You know, the more I take out of this pouch, the heavier it seems to get.
Goodbye, Homer.
Goodbye, Mr. Blaine.
The Andersons. They always have the nicest cards. Isn't it lovely, Austin?
Mm-hmm. Well, look at this. Money order for $75 from Betty.
A money order?
Yes. Oh, listen to this. I remember how Rod had his heart set on that pony last summer, and I'd like him to have it as a Christmas present from his doting aunt. Well, that just about solves everything. I can't think of anything Rod would rather have.
Pony?
Prince, the one he's always talking about. Betty sure is a peach to do this.
I dare say. But, Austin, don't you think we ought to give it a little thought?
Well, what's there to think about?
I'm sure your sister Betty meant to be generous, but I doubt if she realized the trouble she might be stirring up.
Oh, Donnie?
Mm-hmm. It might spoil everything we've tried to do. Well, put yourself in Donnie's place. Wouldn't you feel slighted? You know, he likes ponies, too.
Well, what boy doesn't? But I'm sure he'll love that roll-top desk, the mechanical train, and don't forget the new sled.
That's not the same. A pony's alive. It's something to care for.
But this is a present to Rod from his aunt. It isn't as though we were playing favorites.
That's just the point. Don't you see, Austin? A thing like that would make it all the more obvious to Donnie that Rod's only a stepbrother. That his real father's dead and you're only a stepfather. It would be the very thing we agreed we'd never do. We'd be doing it on our very first Christmas together as a family.
Julie, I've thanked God many times that since Rod's mother passed on, you've been a real mother to him. And Rod and Donnie are growing up as brothers. I wouldn't do anything in the world to change that. Do you really think that Rod getting a pony could affect that?
Donnie's only a baby. He couldn't possibly understand. There's no two ways about it. Rod would have a pony and Donnie wouldn't.
Well, what do you want me to do? Send this back to Betty?
I'd sooner see you do that than let it come between the boys. On the other hand, maybe we could use it to buy one of those little Shetlands and let them both share it.
Rod's too big for a Shetland. Besides, Prince is the only pony he cares anything about.
That sounds for all the world as if you're thinking only of your son.
Julie, our son. They're both ours.
I wish your sister would try and remember that. Sometimes she acts as if Donnie just didn't exist.
Well, I'm sure she didn't mean
Let's
to.
not discuss it any further right now. It's far too important for any snap judgments or decisions.
May I be excused, please?
You through? Certainly.
Little more, dear.
Mom, this is the only apple left.
You may have it, but I don't know where you'll find room for it.
I wasn't going to eat it. I wanted it for Prince.
Maybe so many apples aren't so good for him, son.
Mr. Morgan says they won't hurt him. Besides, he loves apples.
Quite a luxury, I'd say, with prices the way they are. And sugar, too. I can't keep a bit of it in the house. I should think a boy your age would find other things to do besides mope over a pony.
I think ponies are most fun than anything. Don't you, Daddy? As soon as I get big enough, Rod's gonna let me ride Prince. Aren't you, Rod? Maybe we will never have him. I bet you we will. I bet you Daddy'll help, too. Morning, Mommy.
Big ponies like Prince cost a lot to feed, don't they?
Me and Rod will work hard, so I'll never be hungry. Won't we, Rod? I'd never worry about feeding him once I owned him.
Well, Shetlands are nice, too.
Shetlands are too little for Rod. Anyway, Prince is the only one Rod wants. Isn't he, Rod? Yeah.
You children help bring the rest of the dishes. And I could do with a bit of help in the kitchen, too.
Come on, hop to it, you two. Hold your napkins now. Put them in the rings.
God bless Daddy and Mommy and Donnie in Jesus' name. And please help me, dear God, to find some jobs so I can buy Prince. I promise I'll always take good care of him. Please help me, dear God. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless Mommy and Daddy and Rod. Keep me safe in Jesus' name. Please, God, let Rod have his pony for Christmas. Amen. Mommy, I'm thirsty.
How many times must I tell you? Get your drink before you go to bed.
I wasn't thirsty then.
I'll get it for you, son.
And I'm sure you know better than to pray like that. We aren't supposed to pray for just things. We mustn't ask God to do this or do that just because we want something, even though we want it very much. And besides, Rod, just asking for gifts for ourselves at Christmas time isn't the right thing. Christmas is the birthday of Jesus, our Savior. He wants us to think of him and to think of others, not just ourselves. Understand, Rod?
Yes, Mom. Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome, son.
Sleep tight.
Good night now.
Good night, Daddy.
Donnie, I wonder if your prayer wasn't just a little selfish, too.
The pony wasn't for me. I wished for Rod. So why don't you do that, Mommy? Dad.
God knows best what's good for us, Donnie. And if he wants Rod to have a pony, I'm sure that in his way and in his own time, he'll see that Rod has it.
In time for Christmas, Mommy?
When he wills it, dear. Now, good night. And God bless you.
bless you too, Mommy. What?
What do you want?
Do you think God's angry with us?
I don't think so.
I asked him because I knew you wanted Prince so bad. I was only trying to help.
Better get to sleep now. Night.
Night.
They're both asleep now.
Did you remember to get stamps today?
Yeah, they're in my overcoat. You want them?
No hurry. Just wanted to be sure.
After hearing their prayers, I guess you realize how much that pony means to both of them.
I'm afraid Donnie's been getting some wrong ideas about prayer.
Well, you may be right about their praying for things. Still, they're both pretty young. You know, the more I think about it, the stronger I feel about Rod getting that pony. After hearing Donnie's prayer, I'm convinced he'd understand.
Dear, it just wouldn't be fair. I don't know why you insist on upsetting the whole household over a silly pony.
If anybody's upsetting things, I'd say it was you.
That's not so, and you know it. I told you what I thought was the right thing to do, but you're insisting on doing it your way.
You want me to buy them a Shetland.
Well, what's wrong with that? At least they could both ride it.
Now, we've been all over this before, and I don't intend to go over it again.
What?
Aren't you asleep yet?
I heard him. I don't like to hear Mom and Dad talk like that.
They'll be all right as soon as we get this pony business settled. Maybe Shetland would be all right.
What about Prince?
He's all right, but if Mom wants us to have a Shetland, maybe we should.
But you always said they can't go fast like Prince.
Anybody knows that, but we could still have fun with a Shetland. I guess there's no other pony in the world like Prince. When he's out in the pasture, I don't even have to whistle. He comes galloping up like he was going to jump right over the fence. Then he nuzzles my pocket like he knew just where the sugar is. And how he goes when I give him his head. His feet pound the dirt just like I was a Pony Express rider being chased by Indians. He makes the wind whistle right around my ears.
And old Shetland could never do that, could he?
Better get to sleep now before we catch a Dickens.
Night. Don't cry, Rod.
I'll be all right. Go back to bed.
Can I help, Dad?
No, thanks, son. I'm all through. But don't you let Donnie come in here. I wouldn't want him to see that tree before Santa Claus gets here.
Can I stay up tonight and help trim it?
Sure.
When's Mom and Donnie coming back from the store?
Well, I don't know. Your mother had some last-minute shopping to do. What do you got in the sack?
Some apples. I bought them for Prince, for his Christmas present.
Son, do you think Prince would like a new home for Christmas?
What do you mean, Dad?
Well, I haven't told you before, and I won't go into detail now. But your Aunt Betty sets you the money for a Christmas present so you can buy Prince.
Man alive! Prince is gonna be mine. I can ride it every day in the year and teach him tricks and go camping with him in the summer. And me and Donnie can... Dad, you think... I mean, maybe I shouldn't. On account of...
Now, look, son. This is your Christmas present, and it's from your Aunt Betty. Now, I've endorsed it. Don't lose it. You run down to Morgan's and close the deal.
Jumping pollywog!
Don't you bring him back here tonight now. We gotta get this place cleaned up first.
on tight.
Get up, Tuffy.
Kind of late today, aren't you?
Well, it's always this way when the snow gets soft. Busiest days of the year for us. In fact, you're kind of busy, too. I saw more youngsters riding ponies today in the middle of summer.
A lot of them home from school getting spoiled by their folks. Looks as if you could do with something to warm you up. Come on in.
Now, don't go to no trouble.
Right on the stove. Help yourself.
I can't understand people sending these things out every year. They never get any from me. Well, I expect a lot of folks don't feel that way about it, Steve. They're just glad to give something. Even if it's only a greeting.
Tommy Rot, wishing Merry Christmas to people he hardly speak to all year. All this nonsense about Santa Claus and how it's the good little kids that'll get the fullest stockings. What a fairy tale to be cluttering up kids' heads with. As if marking a day in red on the calendar makes it better than any other day. And all this singing and preaching about peace on earth and goodwill to men. Ha! He never got to know about peace and goodwill. He never even got to start living.
Fine Christian boy. Not even 20 when he left, was he, Steve?
19. Just a youngster. Like all the others we sent out to fight our battles for us. Why is it always the young ones that have to do our dirty work? Why do they have to make all the sacrifices? Dying because old and useless lunkheads like me can't seem to work out the problems of this world without guns and war. That's the grudge I've got against this world. That's why Christmas is just a lot of rotten hypocrisy to me. It happened on a Christmas Eve. The last Christmas Eve he ever saw. My only son. Broke his mother's heart. A year later, she was gone too.
I expect I know how you feel, Steve. But I'm just wondering if you ain't forgetting something.
What's that?
God gave up his only son on Christmas. When he sent him down to this miserable world of ours, knowing that he'd be nailed to the cross. But don't you see, Steve, God did that because of his love for all of us. He gave up his son so that you and me and everybody in the whole world could have our sins forgiven. And someday be reunited with the likes of Jim. And that's what makes Christmas, Steve.
No, Homer. That's not for me.
Well, I gotta be going. Still got a heap of mail there. So long. Merry Christmas, Steve.
Mr. Morgan? I've come to buy a pony.
So you've come to buy Prince, eh?
No, I want to buy a Shetland. That little gray one. You said he was $75, didn't you? But I don't want him till tomorrow. Until we get his stall fixed up.
Shetland? Why, all you've ever talked about is Prince.
I just decided on a Shetland. That's all.
Well, I guess you folks know what you're doing, but isn't that going to be a pretty small pony for a boy your size?
Yeah, but Donnie Beaver will ride him. That'd sure make him happy. And Mama, too.
What are you doing? Buying yourself a present or trying to keep peace in the family?
It isn't that, Mr. Morgan.
Well, what is it?
Well, Donnie's my new brother. But we can only afford to buy one pony. So I've come to buy it for both of us. So we can all be happy. After all, this is Christmas.
He was about your age, son, when he started pestering me for a pony. I didn't have this stable then, and I never got around to getting a pony. He kept after me year after year. It was always the same story. Couldn't afford it, had no place to keep it, something like that. Before I knew it, he was in uniform, and it was too late for him to ever think of a pony again. I guess that's why, after it was all over, I bought a dozen ponies and started the stable. As if seeing other kids enjoying themselves would make up for some of the fun he never had. I don't suppose a lad your age can understand such things. Lots of us oldsters can't either. But sometimes our eyes are opened by some of the things youngsters do. Things that we're too old and too selfish to ever think of doing ourselves. I'll make out a bill of sale and you can pick up the pony whenever you want.
I'll be over tomorrow, right after church. Bye, Mr. Morgan.
Bye.
Say, it looks lovely, doesn't it, dear, huh?
I'm so glad it fits. I was afraid it might be too small.
Thank you, dear.
Oh, you're welcome.
Look at what? Just like a real choo-choo. Come on, let's take the track and fly it. Look at that, would you? Just look. Come on, Rod.
Now, wait a minute, fellas. Put your coats on first.
Hello, boys.
Hi, Shetland. Hi, Prince.
Well, this is a surprise.
Morning, Mrs. Blaine. I figure the boys might need a hand getting the place fixed up.
Fixed up?
For the ponies. I didn't know that he had room for two.
Well, I don't understand. Rod was supposed to get the large pony.
That's not what he told me. He said he wanted the Shetland.
Is that true, Rod? Did you really buy the Shetland after your father said you could have Prince?
Yes, Mom.
But two ponies. I still don't understand.
I didn't either. For some time, but I got to figuring it. Two boys and one pony don't make sense. Besides, 'tis Christmas.
I suppose there have always been boys wanting ponies for Christmas. There always will. But we're apt to forget that they don't stay boys very long. And after a while, they've left us, and it's too late for ponies and anything else. Here are the bills of sale. For Prince and the Shetland.
I'm a little ashamed, Austin. Ashamed of resenting your sister's gift to Rod. But I'm so terribly happy to know that Rod's love for all of us was so great.
Well, now then, cut that out. If you know what's good for you, you'd better shine up to your new master.
Hi, boy. Hi. You're beautiful. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, son.